Chashing Flow fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then stick around, see if you love me, and if you do, then subscribe and turn your notification bell. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how I started my business. For those of you that do not know, I have a business. My business is social media management and marketing. We do websites, video editing, social media content creation and management, engagement, all of that kind of stuff. I also do consults and social media audits. So if you're interested in any of those things, it'll be in the description box below. But today we're going to be talking about how I got into that in the first place, including how I got into being a YouTuber, being an influencer, all of that good stuff, because all of it is a part of, they're all kind of intertwined with each other. So let's get right into the video. How do I start this? I'm trying to think. Let me. I'm not naked, you guys, I promise. I haven't closed yet. Close. I guess you could say it started in 2017. I kind of always knew I wanted to be a business owner, but I originally was planning on opening up my own daycare center. I still kind of plan on doing that. I probably will open up my own daycare center one day. But one particular summer, it was the summer that I moved to Florida in 2017. I moved to Florida early and I was going through a really hard time. I was depressed, I was down, and I decided to dive deep into self-development, taking care of myself. I started working out at home, I started reading every day, I started praying every day. And during that time, I started writing music. For those that don't know, I do kind of write. I don't do anything with my music, so you guys aren't gonna hear like a single or EP. I ain't gonna be promoting no music anytime soon. But that is something that I do like for myself. So I wrote a song that summer. And that summer, I also decided to start a blog because I like to write. And so writing songs, writing blogs, writing a book, I wanted to write stuff. So I decided I wanted to start a blog. So I started a blog and it was called CherishingSecrets.wordpress.com. And it was a blog where at first I was writing poems and I was talking about like depression and stuff. But then I started just kind of writing about my thoughts about being involved in self-development and all that other stuff. And this is kind of how everything that I do kind of got built on top of that. So throughout the growing of this blog, I wasn't really promoting it that much. I wasn't really pushing it that much. But as I did it, I started to like really, really enjoy it. I started to work with other brands. I started writing for other businesses and brands. Now that just kind of fell into my lap. I didn't look for that. Somebody found my blog and then asked me to write for their blog. And so I was paid to write blog articles for a website. Two different websites actually reached out to me and I was writing blog articles for them. So that was a little side hustle that I had. And during that time, I moved from Florida to Birmingham, Alabama. And when that happened, I was working at a daycare center, but I was also doing the blog. And I kept saying, I've been saying since like 2012 that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I hadn't started it yet. And so I was talking about that in my blog a lot. I was like, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel one day. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I always thought it was gonna be a singing channel because I like to sing. But then as time was progressing and I was getting involved with my blog, I decided to do a self-development channel where it was going to be about mental health and self-development and being a girl boss and all that stuff. Remember, if you're an OG, then you remember, welcome back to my channel. We're all about love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. What's up, Chashing Flow fam? Welcome back to my channel where we're all about love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. If you guys remember that intro, then you're really an OG. Put it in the comment section down below if you remember that intro, bro. So like, that was how we got started. And I think I started this channel in 2018. Right before that, in between the blog and the YouTube channel, it came to my attention that social media management was a thing. I was working at Starbucks and at a daycare center, so I was working 2 jobs and I was doing the blog. And I remember being like, I already helped people grow their social media. This is something I was doing for free because I didn't know it was a job. I was really into social media and I like to see what every different type of social media stuff, how it ticks, how those things kind of progress. So I had everything. Like I had Whispers, if you don't know what that is. I had Yik Yak. There was something else that was similar to Yik Yak, but it wasn't Yik Yak. I had every Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, every social platform known to man. I was on it and I was looking at it, trying to figure out what made it tick, how to grow on there, if it was something that you could grow from. Like, you know, I was all over it and I would help other people who were trying to grow it for a specific reason. I would help them figure out, even people who was growing it for no reason. Because I had friends who was like, hey, Ricky, help me grow on Twitter. And I would just help them grow on Twitter just so they could grow on Twitter. But like, that was like something that I did for free. And then at some point, somebody said to me, you should be charging for this. I don't know why you're doing this for free. You're so good at this. You'll help me grow my business. And I was like, oh yeah, well, you know, blah, 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 blah. But then at the same time, I ended up losing my jobs. Well, I quit Starbucks because Yeah, I quit Starbucks. And then I ended up losing my job at the daycare center because of something that involved paperwork or whatever. So I lost my job at the daycare center, and in that time frame, I was broke. I had no money, nothing was going on, and this was around the same time that somebody told me I should charge for my services. And then one of my friends at the time was telling me that it is a business, it's a brand. She was into it too. So, boom, that summer, we started our business. My most expensive package at that time was $199. No, it wasn't. It was $299. That was my most expensive package. That's so crazy to think about. $299 was the most expensive package that I had to offer.
I can't believe you've done this.
When I think about that versus now and how all the stuff that is involved in my business, it's mind-blowing how much things have changed and grown and become more within my business. It's crazy. I would have had to work a ridiculous amount of clients and run myself ragged in order to make it off $299 as my most expensive package, which means there were cheaper packages. So it was crazy. But anyway, so I give my first client $100. During that time frame is when I started this YouTube channel in 2018 and posted this video.
Hi everybody, welcome to Cherishing Flow. This is my channel and this is my very first video.
After that video did pretty well. I was very nervous. I remember posting the video and being like, oh my God. And it was around this time that I was deciding on my brand name. And I remember the brand name coming from the fact that I used to have this anonymous brand where I called myself Flo. That was like my alter ego. That was who I called myself. And then I had like a segment within that brand, nobody knew it was me, called Flowetry. And so I decided to start calling myself Cherishing Flow. That was something that I had in my mind for a while. Cherishing Flow, because I had Cherishing Secrets on the blog. And then I had Flow and Flowetry, and I just decided to combine the two together and come up with Cherishing Flow. For those of you that do not know, my name is not Flo. I do answer to Flo. So when people call me Flo, I do respond. People call me Flo all the time. I don't care. It's like my nickname now, basically. But my name is Ricky.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
My name is Ricky, so it's not Flo, but I go by Flo, especially because when I chose Cherishing Flow, people just assumed that Flo was my name. So, and you know, when you're an influencer, you just gotta go with it. After that, I started the YouTube channel, I started the blog, and at first none of them were connected. It was all like these little separate entities. And then I didn't have a name for my social media management business. It was just something I was doing and I was promoting on my regular platforms. Like on my main cherishingflow _ Instagram page, I was like, oh yeah, you guys, I do social media management. And I like talked about it on my regular Twitter page. Hey guys, I do social media management if anybody wants that, blah, 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 blah. And so that was how I was doing it for a while. And then finally it occurred to me that this business could be something. And so I worked really hard in 2019. 2019 is when I really like dug deep and I was like working my butt off trying to make this business work, you guys. Like I said, oh, we finna do this. I'm finna start this business. And in 2019 is when I started getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was working until 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I went from, oh, actually, I skipped the whole thing. Before that, I was a part of Social Peach. Social Peach, honestly, is one of my favorite things that I've done so far, even though it literally lasted like a few months. But we had a YouTube channel. We were going to be a social media marketing agency as well as a system for like other influencers to like come and have support and have like stuff that they needed in order to be successful influencers. And everybody involved was into marketing in one way or the other. So it was me and 3 other ladies. If you guys would like to go see the stuff, I don't even know if those videos are still up or if the channel is still up. If it is, then I'll put it right here and you guys can go look at that, because if the videos are still up, they were pretty good videos and they were pretty entertaining, and the editing was really fun and hanging out with them was really fun. It was beautiful, wonderful people, and it was fun to work with them. And so we did Social Peach, but that did not work out because I moved back to Atlanta. And when I moved back to Atlanta, everybody was kind of dispersing and Social Peach just kind of went under. After that, I started to work really, really hard on this brand. I started spending all night figuring out how I want to market it, what kind of culture I wanted to have, who was my target audience, how did I want to focus on this business, like what exactly did I want to do within my business, because I knew I was doing social media management. I had to figure out exactly what services I wanted to offer. And at the beginning, I was only offering content curation and management. And I wasn't really doing engagement that much at first. Then when I started offering engagement in 2019. So when I started doing that, those were my services. We did not do the video editing. There was no Reels wasn't even a thing. I didn't do TikTok. I hated TikTok. I'm still not crazy about TikTok, but we do TikTok now. So yeah, that's pretty much how everything got started. And 2019 is when I really started taking everything serious, and I started trying to organize everything. And that's how Cherishing Flow and Cherishing Flow Media became two separate entities under the same umbrella, because it's all Cherishing Flow, but Cherishing Flow Media is kind of a branch off of its own, because it is its own business by itself. It has its own socials, it has its own sources of income, it has its own marketing, it has its own everything. And then there's Cherishing Flow, the influencer brand, which is its own thing as well. They're all under the same household, but it's been a journey, you guys. Everything just kind of like moved and migrated and processed. Like, it just happened. Like, I didn't actually intend, you know, when I started this business, it was going to be just like a little side hustle, just something to do to make extra money, because I do like taking care of kids, being a nanny, being a daycare teacher. That was something I was very passionate about. That was something that I thought that I never would want to do anything else. And then, you know, the more I got into social media, the more actively, I thought that I wouldn't even really enjoy working with other people's accounts so actively, but I ended up loving it, and being able to tap into my own creativity and starting this YouTube channel and pushing my blog. Everything started with my blog, you guys. That's why I always say that my blog is my original and first baby, and something that I will never, ever, ever, ever let go, and will probably always be my favorite thing to do is blogging. But I ended up finding a new passion for YouTube that I didn't even expect, because the supporters that I got on YouTube are different than the ones I have on my blog. But the level of support, even though my channel is small, as you guys can see, but even though my channel is small, the amount of support that the people who do support me have, like, it's like constant, like actual, like if I go missing, I get messages. It still blows my mind. There's only 2,000 of y'all, but like when I go missing, my messages are blown up. I get DMs, I get messages on Instagram, I get messages on Snapchat, I get messages on Twitter like, hey, are you done with YouTube? Why you ain't posted a YouTube video? I ain't seen you on Instagram either. Yo, where you been? Like, having that type of energy, checking on me when I'm posting stuff, like the same people, like I could recognize names and faces. Like, it's just, it's amazing that there could be so many people that you don't even know can just like genuinely care about you and your well-being. And so starting this brand and this business has been the best, most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my entire life. Even though I do not always feel, imposter syndrome kicks my arse on a regular, but it is also something that I don't think I could ever really let it go. I came very close to it this year, letting go of all of this, letting go of YouTube, letting go of being an influencer. I was about to just go back to daycare and only do that. That was like what I was thinking. But I love you guys so much that I just had to come back. Like, you guys brought me back. And I probably will always be here because of you guys, because of the people who support me on this channel, those who support me on just my blog, those who support me on everything, on just my social media, whatever it is. I have a group of supporters for everything that I do. And I just really genuinely appreciate that. And it's amazing, you guys. Being an influencer, it has its things. But overall, I can't imagine myself doing much else. I mean, I am going to start my business as a daycare owner and everything like that. So in the next couple of years, stay tuned for that, because that's going to be like a whole series as well, because it's going to be a new, different type of business that I'm going to be starting. And I want to be a woman of multiple businesses. That is my goal. So yeah, if you made this point in the video, right, you love me, right? You know me, you mess with me or whatever. So subscribe, turn notification bell. If you've made it to this point in the video, then let me know your favorite part. Let me know if you've heard this story before. I feel like I've told this story on my channel before. So let me know if you've heard the story before. Let me know if you remember the original intro, bro. Like, that's so crazy. I just thought about it. Like, what's up, Cherishing Flow fam? Welcome back to my channel. We're all about love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. Throwbacks, you know? If you guys remember the original intro, let me know. A new intro is coming soon, so be prepared for that. And if you would like to follow me on my socials, it's Cherishing Flow _ on Instagram and Cherishing Flow on everything else. If you would like to follow my business pages, it is Cherishing Flow Media on Instagram and Cherish Flow Media on Twitter. I love you guys ever so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.